Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to another fine edition of the Hollywood Redux podcast. And in celebration of Solo, a Star Wars story, we actually put up the bucks to afford a nice little John Williams tune to bring in our show. So here it is, without further ado, take it away, Mr. Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra.
Embarrassing me, okay?
I'm so sorry. I didn't
Embarrassing
know
me.
what
It's supposed to be John Williams on the...
Well, hey guys, good morning. I'm sure you guys could tell that was not John Williams.
I said I was sorry.
Sometimes sorry doesn't cut it.
I said I was sorry, okay?
Okay. So anyway, I'm one of your hosts, Matt, and beside me is...
Second co-host for now, Kryzzalia.
For now, we're coming to you from the Hollywood Redux podcast studios here in lovely Burbank, California at HollywoodRedux.com. So, you've come to our review. It's going to be filled with spoilers. We do our reviews on Monday. That way you have plenty of time to go see it. So if you haven't seen it, turn this off, go check it out, come back and see us. If you're one of those weirdos that like spoiling the movie before you go see it,
Don't
this
be
one's
nuts.
just for you.
Don't be crazy.
Enjoy it and share right now with your friends. Click that like button while you're at it. Click that like button while you're at it. Anyway, without further ado, here is our review of Solo, a Star Wars story. We're getting Han Solo's origin story in this movie.
Hold on. I gotta rip my boy here for a second. Hold
Chewie
on.
and Chewie. A little bit of an origin story for Chewie, which is awesome. So anyway, Han Solo, we get his origin story here. We find out kind of where he was, how he got his blaster, how he got the Millenium Falcon, everything. So it was a lot of like nerdy tie-ins and moments where you're like, holy shit, awesome stuff. But it was an exciting movie.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. I actually got very lost in the movie. I completely forgot that people were around me, and I was so soaked into the Star Wars story. Like,
yeah, I mean, it felt like the most Star Wars-y Star Wars movie since the original trilogy to me.
I'm not gonna lie. I went in with very low expectations just from...
So did I, yeah.
You know, just from the stuff that was going on the internet and the stuff like we were reading and whatnot, and just, it was... I just gave it a fresh start no matter what, and I'm like, I'm just gonna enjoy it, and I'm very glad I did, because...
Yeah. Haters are gonna hate, so...
Well
you know,
said.
you can't please everyone, you know, I mean, but I also went into it with zero expectations. You know, I was really gonna go see it because I really like Ron Howard. I just did his master class and things like that. Thought it was dope, so I was like, all right, let me go check this out.
Yeah.
But I was thoroughly impressed with how it came out.
Surprisingly.
It was very well directed. You know, it was the script wasn't the greatest. It had a lot of modern dialogue in it.
Yeah.
But
which I get. I mean, it's
I feel like that's more of the Disney corporate side kind of saying you have to be able to connect with more people.
You're definitely trying to get today's audience, so I can see how they made that work.
Dialogue was a little weird, but I thought the costume design was awesome, especially getting to see inside Lando's closet.
Oh my God, Lando's closet!
So many capes.
The Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, you're thinking, oh man, ridiculous. That's got to be a little goof, right? He's got a Hawaiian one.
No. Yeah. That just shows you how cool Lando really is. You think those capes are something? No. It's that Hawaiian shirt, my friend.
And I am a little sad we didn't get to see the dry bar in action because he did talk about it.
Oh man.
But you did get to see the bed where all the magic happens on the ship, I guess. And so, whatever. And even that looked like it was wearing a Lando outfit somehow. Weird 70s, mustard yellow sheets and stuff.
So good, man.
The Millennium Falcon has never looked cleaner. And then, it was also, strangely destroyed in this movie. It was, the newest, prettiest thing. And then all of a sudden it was let's just jump into New Hope. It's a piece of junk now. Let's rip everything off of it. So when they go to Tatooine, he's got to sit there for a while. I don't know. It was cool. I mean, we start out with a chase. You get to see, the dice get thrown into a stolen speeder that, was really cool design. You see it in the trailer and things like that. And then you meet Emilia Clarke's character right away, and they're a couple. They're trying to get off this terrible planet that they grew up on, and they were bred into kind of being smugglers and, thieves and things like that for a safe place to stay. No crawl.
Yeah.
No crawl. But we did get some, decent setup in the beginning. There's a little bit of exposition to lead you into the movie.
I did like the chase a lot.
Chase was cool, both of them. Even him going there and then him, and Emilia Clarke trying to escape was equally awesome. There was like kind of like almost like a Blues Brothers, like huge giant donut move.
It's like old school like car chase. You know?
It was like a nice car chase. It was like almost like a drag race at some point. You know, it was pretty cool. So and the visual effects, you know, I mean, as a whole speeder chase was almost all visual effects.
Yeah.
You know, were really well hid. I don't know if it was, you know, they're just getting better or, you know, what, but it was. I don't know. It felt like it blended a lot more for me than
it definitely helped
like
getting
Last
lost
Jedi or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree.
It made the that's why I say it felt more Star Warsy, is because it didn't just feel like we're against a blue screen or a green screen the entire time. Huge, big, practical locations. You know, it felt like, you know, the more recent sequels have felt super claustrophobic to me. So like. This was great. You know, even in Last Jedi, when you're sitting on an island the whole time, I still felt super claustrophobic. And this movie just opened up, even though it was shot pretty in tight quarters in a lot of places, it felt like it breathed more. It felt like the environment was real. It felt like the characters, like so many real characters and a lot less CG characters, which I love.
Yeah, that made it so much better. Such a great experience for sure.
And like, if you're wondering about, you know, Alden Ehrenreich, like, at first, I was like, oh, man, like, I'm super nervous. There's big shoes to fill. I think he did a great job. Like, I was talking to these guys after we saw it, and I was just saying how halfway through the movie, I forgot that he was trying to play Han Solo.
Oh,
I
my
forgot
God.
that he was trying to be Harrison Ford. He was Han Solo.
He was Han Solo.
And it was, I mean, the movements, the mannerisms.
I'm so glad you brought that up. The mannerisms were there. Well said. The body movement is like he definitely...
Yeah.
He
so
definitely
he had an
played
acting
the role.
coach on set. It was probably somebody to try to make him mimic the movements and the facial expressions of Han Solo.
You think it was Harrison Ford himself?
I doubt it.
Oh.
Harrison Ford was busy, relaxing and counting his money.
I'm just saying, it could have been. I mean, like, who else better than Han Solo himself?
Yeah, so don't get nervous about, you know, even Harrison Ford said, you know, he did a great job and things like that in the movie. And that was something else that frightened me. I was like, oh, man, is he contractually obligated to say that? But no, I think he did a great job.
Yeah, he genuinely did, actually.
Yeah, he kicked ass. I think everybody in this movie really kicked ass. There wasn't really any talent or anybody who I was like, oh, that was over the top or that was a little too goofy. You know, I feel like some of the more recent sequels do that. They go a little too goofy.
Saying goofy, like, Woody was awesome.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson kicked ass.
Which was another thing happening in the reviews where, like, people are saying, oh, I don't understand
50-50.
why.
I don't get it.
Yeah, why his character's
great.
there. Dude, he was badass. Are you kidding me?
Like a gunslinger in Star Wars. It was dope. You know, it's
God.
like you can see where a lot of Han Solo's like characteristics have come from that guy, and you could see that, you know, that's why he chose the path of like, you know, the good path instead of the bad path. He saw where that path led, and he doesn't want to go there. You know, so I mean, it's. I don't know, man. I really enjoyed it. There's so much crap in this that, like, you get to see the Kessel Run. Finally. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it was, actually.
You actually don't get to see it, but you do get to kind of see it. So, you know, that's kind of cool. And even though that was a full CG sequence, huge CG, smoke, swirls, and all that.
It was so well done that it wasn't disturbing to the eye at all.
Yeah, I want to know what was practical if they did, like, miniature scale models, because some of the things looked insanely real. So again, if that's all visual effects, kudos. Like,
I mean,
you
talk
did
about adding
great job with the visual effects. It just adds so much more just weight to everything that's happening when it feels more real. You know, except, you know, the biggest CG thing was like them killing Cthulhu in the middle of the movie, but you know, that's cool. Whatever. I was like, wow, they're killing Cthulhu. Huh, cool.
We haven't even started talking about Chewie and how his herbal essence commercial that like was happening.
Huge misstep in the marketing department of
missed
any hair
opportunity
product.
right there. Are you kidding me? That one sequence that he's running and like the hair was bouncing. Ugh, so good.
Chewie's hair was on point.
But 1, 2, you get to see the Wookiee power happening, and he just whoosh.
Yeah, he rips the dude's arms off. That's fucking great. That's something I've always wanted to see. Yeah, he rips a dude's arms off. We get to see him fucking slam some dude's head into the ground like an ostrich.
I mean, because you've always like really just heard and like it's just slight here and there glimpses.
And then you always get to play it in the video games and things like that. You get to see the strength. But
this
man,
no, they didn't hold back. You got to see Wookiee power left and right.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, he put some people in their place, and we got to see more Wookiees. There was a whole you know, the entire like escape sequence was really cool with L3 and everybody, and then L3's death after saving all, you know, getting all the slaves released and all the robots. I love that little sequence of that one robot. She's like, "Go free your friends," and it just keeps cutting back to him going, "Bing, beep, bing," and then every other cut is like going back to these little robots just destroying this place.
Those had to be practical.
100%. I mean, I guarantee some were puppets or something.
Right,
you know,
but
like,
the fact that they're doing
really cool.
Old school touches on that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the type of stuff that like these other movies that have been coming out in the Star Wars universe, whether you like this movie or not, does that those movies don't do. Those movies are just boom, 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 sequence after sequence after sequence, like one continuous like line. And, you know, that's great if you kind of like a rushed movie or you don't like a lot of exposition or, like, tone to a movie like that. But I think this movie had many little mini sequences. It had many, like, everything had, like, a beginning, middle, and end. How they escape how he gets off the planet in the beginning. How he, like, joins the Empire to, like, try to become a pilot. You know, how he becomes a smuggler. Like, everything has these progressions so that by the end of this movie, these characters dying off or whatever it is, you know, the way they turn on each other, it has so much more weight. And, like, you know, say what you want about the script, but, like, I think that alone shows what an experienced director can do to a franchise. And, like, he didn't, like, bend to today's audiences of, like, let me just be cutting every 3 seconds, 5 seconds to another shot. He let it hold, and he really let things breathe. And it was shot. He shot the environments in a way where it felt like a huge universe, like it should, instead of a claustrophobic green screen set, you know, or whatever it may be.
Each sequence just flowed right after the other. Yeah. So it was just super easy to, again, get lost in the movie and just completely forget that you were at a movie theater.
So much nerdy shit, you know, and behind Paul Bettany and Dryden's, I just gotta say it because it freaked me the hell out when I saw it. In Dryden's, like, little, like,
you said nerdy
loft,
stuff. Here we go.
I started like kicking my feet and like squealing because like and I didn't pay attention to any of the main plot points.
100% accurate. The kicking and the screaming. Almost.
Because directly behind Dryden in that scene is the idol from Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It is so cool. It used to be a prop we had on our set before it walked away, but it was an amazing prop to see in the background. And they even had like a little crystal skull. Like it was almost like a Indiana Jones reference. So again, any of those conspiracy theorists or fan theory people who believe in the fact that Han Solo's dreams when he was in Carbonite are all Indiana Jones, that could have been the moment that he had when he passed, into his life that created the Indiana Jones myth. So they kind of crossed those worlds a little bit. But it was kind of cool. It was like a little Indiana Jones.
It's a total nerd treat.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
No joke.
Yeah.
Like.
And at the end, seeing Maul, that was pretty cool. We were trying to figure out the math on that because it seems like
it's a little off.
So he's still alive, I think? Question mark? The other question. The MacGuffin though of the movie is Han's real last name.
Yes.
It's not actually Han Solo.
Is it?
He was just like, my name's Han. I don't have a people. I don't know. But then later in the movie, he talks about his dad building ships and things like that. So.
This guard gave him, like, the coolest name on the galaxy.
He's like, Solo. And I was like,
took one guy.
It was just like Spider-Man, and Bruce Campbell was giving him his name.
It's like, that's all it took.
It's exactly what it was like, yeah. No, it was, I don't know, it was a very exciting movie. There's a lot of great action, there's a lot of great, it's got great pacing. It's not like the other ones where you're just running and running and running, and, like, it's just a non-stop, speed fest. It's really great to allow you to just enjoy the world and explore it and, kind of see it with kind of fresh eyes. That's why, like, it's hard to explain, but it feels the most Star Wars-y, whether you like it or not. The world building in it, the characters in it, the rebellion is started by a woman. That's awesome. When there was only one woman in that universe for a long time.
They're all showing up now.
Yeah, you know what? That's the way it should be.
There it is.
That's the way it is.
There it is. I do have a question, though. The sequence where they're playing, I guess, chess or the game, was that from the original movie?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a reference.
The stop motion, at least. It is a reference.
I honestly think...
Or at least that sequence.
I want to say that they had Phil Tippett and those guys do it for Force Awakens.
Okay.
Because it kicks on, like, right where the game left off from New Hope.
But it has that such old...
But it was 100%. It was still stop motion.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Now I think they just refilmed it to have better quality. Maybe I could be wrong, but yeah, Phil Tippett, man, he brought us dinosaurs and all sorts of creatures and things.
I love that. I love the fact that was there.
There's a crazy interview with Phil Tippett, by the way, that Vice did, where he talks about working on like Empire Strikes Back, and he's like, I was going into the VFX stage, Empire Strikes Back, and you know what? I just took too much acid, and I kind of walked in there, and I saw this, the Millennium Falcon sitting there, and I was just kind of like, whoa, man, too much.
Are you kidding me? That's like the best story.
He's like, so I just went home, man, and just relaxed for the rest of the day. I was like, cool, man. It was a much different business back then. Sort of. But no, I mean, it was an exciting movie. Like I said, I can't say enough how well it was paced.
Yeah.
How well everybody was in the cast. Even small parts were fantastic. There was nobody I thought that was like too much, or Warwick Davis getting just a full face character in this. Finally, awesome.
Finally.
Right? So I don't know. It was an exciting movie because there's a big set of shoes to fill with this movie.
Yeah.
And, it had so much trouble in production and things like that, losing their directors early on, bringing on Ron Howard. But I'm really friggin' glad they brought on Ron Howard.
Ron saved the day.
To be honest, he's somebody who knows how to shoot a movie, on a large scale with visual effects and make it look right. He knows where you need to put a miniature versus a visual effect. Like Apollo 13 is half miniature, half visual effect. And it still holds up to today.
He's a fan himself, so you obviously know that the movie is in good hands.
And he's done a movie already in that world, and there's already talks of a sequel to Willow somehow, and that could be pretty cool. But, overall, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I had zero expectations for it. Maybe that's why I really liked it, but man, it was an exciting movie. The love story was even great,
Yeah, it wasn't too much, especially for it being a Disney movie technically, and like. Yeah, and the score was great. It was a score adapted from John Williams' score. You did get like snippets here and there from the original.
Yeah, you got like little pieces of the suites and things like that, especially when you see the Falcon for the first time.
They knew where to place it. They knew.
And it wasn't just like nostalgia profiteering either to me. It was a genuinely good story based around Han Solo.
Yeah, it blended in so well. It was an actual Solo movie.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And you know what? I thought there was going to be a lot more Lando, of them greenlighting a Lando movie and things like that, like a week before it came out. But also, he was in it just enough. And I think
I love the fact
he also played it his own way.
Yeah, I love the fact that it was Han and Lando a lot of the time. So
there's a great shot that is going to probably be my desktop background for a very long time. And I remember just like out loud in the movie theater going, awesome! And it's a shot of Lando and Han during the prison breakout, or during the mining breakout or whatever. And they're both just like shooting people like crazy. And it's the first time you see Han shooting the blaster. He's doing exactly how frickin' Ford does. I mean, it was really cool.
It was, yeah.
That was just like, ooh, he's Han Solo.
He nailed it, I think.
Yeah, I think it was really great. And it's weird that I say this, because I haven't said this about, I'm always like, oh man, I can't wait till episode 9, stuff like that. However,
It's true.
I want another Solo movie.
Yeah.
I would totally eat up another Solo movie.
Especially after
the setup at the end. Like,
dude, you get Chewie and Han and the Falcon for the first time together. Oh my God, are you kidding?
Yeah, it's like, it's so funny because it's like, it looks like such a different Falcon in the beginning from where it is, and then by the end of it, it's all super shiny
and whatnot, and then it's all scraps.
And then everything is lost in one sequence, and you're just like,
hey,
holy
man,
shit.
It's still love at first sight for Lando. And fucking.
Speaking of that sequence, when they're going through the mall or whatever, or they're coming up through it, and they're just like being chased by those TIE fighters, and they're just like putting in those snippets of I can't even hum the song because of copyright. But it's
just thinking.
It's when they're going through the asteroid field in the original trilogy. Nope. That's maybe enough.
Nope.
That's off.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're probably getting sued by Walt
Disney
right now.
No.
But that was just everything felt well developed, and I don't know if it. I mean, it seemed like it was kind of rushed after they lost the directors and brought somebody in. They just said we're still moving this bus forward, but like it didn't feel that way. It felt super developed, and it was shot insanely well. The visual effects blended insanely well with the world.
It was good.
And I don't know. it really did it for me. It really did it for me.
I mean, if it got Ford's A-OK, it got my A-OK.
What?
You're welcome.
All right. Well, for the Hollywood Redux podcast, I'm your host, Matt. You can find me on all social media at Matt_directs.
And I'm Kryzzalia. You can find me at Kryzzalia on all social media. And we're coming at you from HollywoodRedux.com.
That's right. And let us know what you thought about Solo, a Star Wars story in the comments below. And of course, subscribe, like, hit that little bell button so you get notifications. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.